Hi everybody, it's Nicole Atherton here, and I'm back. I'm so excited to have completed this project. This is December Daily, and I totally got derailed in kind of the middle to end of November with crafting because I had a big test. I passed the test, which is great, so I am back and super excited. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I wasn't able to kind of film any of the process videos for December Daily because I was just trying to get it done, honestly. And so I've completed it, and I'm going to be showing you what I've done. And I'm going to kind of hold the camera freestyle, so I can zoom in manually and show you some stuff. And I hope it doesn't make anybody nauseated. So if it does, I'm sorry, and I won't do it again. Okay, so here is my opening page. And what I've done over here is this is a 4x6 card that came with the December Daily kit from Allie Edwards. So she also provided a digital copy that I downloaded and then just blew up to this size, and I just cut out the slice on the bottom. And I love her writing and that it's December Daily, but you can see here there's like a little registered or trademark thing right there. So when I blew it up, it got really big, so I covered it with a heart, and then I put one of the cork Embrace the Magic. Magic being kind of the theme of what I'm going for with this album. Next is the actual opening page. Excuse me. And this is one of the gold foil tags that I didn't get it in the pre-sale. And it came with something else, and I can't remember because it was so long ago. I'm sorry. And then a felt heart I put on top with one of the perforated words, "Remember this." On the back, I put my reason why, which is a template that I downloaded from Allie's site. The original template was a 6x8, and I knew I wanted to put it on the back of this tag, so I digitally transformed it to fit on here. I printed it out on a separate piece of paper and then adhered it to the back. So this is not printed on the back of the tag, but I cut it out and I adhered it to that. This is a photo of me and my wife, and here I just put one of the remember. This letter is from the Week in the Life kit from this past year, and then this piece, rubber word, is also from some of the supplies that she was selling around her her December Daily release. So the first story that I'm telling is about our tree, and I used, again, some of her digital overlays, and they normally come like the word across here, and then down here it says December, but that wasn't going to work for the photo. It was going to cut it off weird here and then cut Maggie off where it said December. So I made it my own digitally and just moved some things around there. So this is us picking out the tree, and then here's some journaling about that. And this is a 3x4 card that came with the kit that I knew I had more to say about it than what would fit on a 3x4 card, so I just cut it off and made my own journaling card there. Not much happened this day. I worked, so you know how that goes. And then to keep things interesting, I like using different sizes in my December Daily album. So this is one of the 3x8 protectors, and then some of these tabs. And usually on the smaller pages in my other albums, be it Week in Life or Project Life or whatever, I use the Avery tabs. You guys have all seen these. But these came with the kit, and I thought that was really cool and something different, so I stuck with these instead throughout. A little story with Maggie. She's featured a lot in this album, you'll see. And this is a transparency. I hope it will focus for me. It says Sunday. This was something that was sold around the Week in the Life this past year, and this also is a Week in the Life number that came in the Week in the Life kit. So just kind of using up some of my stash. Again, slow start to the month for us. The animals had some a dental cleaning, so they had to shave her little paw for the IV. And then this is a pocket that I didn't make the pocket, but I kind of made it my own. This is from Minted, because we ordered our Christmas cards through there, and they send this. And I've been ordering my Christmas cards through Minted for several years and always intended to use the pocket for December daily, but never did. So basically, when you get the pocket, it says, like right at the top corner here, it says Minted, and I was trying to cover it up and it wasn't really working, so I just cut it off and then re-punched out a little opening there. This is from the Studio Calico Christmas release. Here's one of the chipboard circles, and then this is a large letter. It was Studio Calico from a couple of years ago, and I save the letters that numbers that I get throughout the year with a specific intention of using them and mixing them up in December daily. So this was that silver tag, and I found some green embroidery thread and I threaded it, and I only threaded it through one side, which took me forever, but I finally did it. And if you don't have a lot of time or patience, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Okay, nothing on the back. I was boring there and I got kind of lazy. And the laziness continued. So this is a direct scrap lift from Allie Edwards. And she had like a heart thing, and then she made a book out of it. And I did the same thing because I didn't have any photos or particular Christmassy stories to go along with this. But I like having a documentation of what we're listening to or watching during the month, because it does change with time. Some things are always are the same, but some things change. So I gold embossed some stamping. Oops, sorry. Trying to move over here. These stamps. Favorites. This was from the two. Let me get these. This is from this pack, and it had December in there. So December or Christmas, and I used those, and then the cork heart. So I just put our favorites, Tracy's and mine, movies, and then the songs that we're into right now. And on the back, I just chose a photo from the next day and cut a heart and put some journaling on that. I love it when kind of color coordination happens by accident. So this is a story about the book that I read every year, Christmas Time, Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And this, it's kind of a blue-greeny kind of color. And then this says Holiday Favorites and Treasured Memories, which is appropriate. And then this card, which is from one of the add-ons. I can't remember which one. Sorry, I'll link everything. And then these letters are from the Studio Calico Christmas release as well. So, but you pull them all together and it looks like they were designed to go. I'm like, cool. My sister saw it and she's like, did you do that on purpose? And I was like, why, yes, I did. No, I didn't. It was just a happy accident. This particular weekend, we went to Disneyland, and so I took, again, one of the Weekend in Life numbers and put it right on top of this as my date, and then added some photos of in front of the Disneyland Hotel and some of the drinks that we had at the Napa Rose. The next page is more about Disneyland, and here I have another see-through element. This is backwards because this goes to this side, and this is one of the trees in one of the restaurants, some journaling, and then another photo. I just had a little bit more that I wanted to share, and I like this card because, that's what we did. And I wanted to include it, but I still wanted the see-through element, and I still wanted this photo, so I just made a flippy. And usually with flippies, I will put like a little tab on it or something so that people know that there is something to lift up and look at. But when you turn the page, naturally, you'll notice, oh, there's something else here. And then somebody, who's going through this and doesn't know it's there will say, oh, hey, yeah, let's look at this. So, okay, so number 9, another weekend story. We went to the Kings game, my first official hockey game. Basic stuff, fill in the pockets, telling the stories. Not everything has to be a huge creative endeavor, and I certainly don't have all of that talent. So, and more Disneyland. and that picture, I was so happy I got that picture. That work turned out really nicely. And then this is, we had more stories than just 2 sides of a 6x8 would tell. So I added some more photos that are outside of the page protectors, which I like because it's a different texture and a different quality. And I don't mind that the photos can get damaged. I mean, it's meant to be loved and viewed and stuff like that. So again, having the little tabbies on here. More photos, and these word stickers was also part of the December daily release this year. And then here is a 4x4 photo. And then this page, I always have trouble with the 2x2 pocket protectors or page protectors, and this is how I did this one this year. So this was like a food festival for Festival of Holidays at Disneyland's California Adventure. So I took photos, and I went to this festival thinking in my head this is how I was going to do it. So I consciously took photos of all the food that we were eating so that I could do this. And so I saved the menu and I coordinated each thing with what it was. And then on the bottom, I just have another word rubber thing because I ran out of photos, and then the date. If I had been really smart, I would have taken 10 photos because it was day 10, but I didn't know I was going to do this on day 10. So that's where the planning ahead would have come in really, really handy. That stupid test got in the way. On the back of the 10, because it's just a chipboard backing, I gold embossed that, and then I put one of the felt hearts there, and then we have 11 for the next day. For the back of the 2x2 pockets, I blew up a picture of Cooper. It looks kind of weird. I'm going to be honest with you guys, but I didn't know how else to add this story. I'm sure if I sat long enough and thought about it, I could figure something out. But I'm just so ready to move on, so I did. And then here's journaling about when Cooper stayed with his grandma. He got out, and then he got fleas. So that's all about that. And we were scared, and then we found him, and then he's like, "Oh, have fleas." So this tag is not part of the December daily release. And honestly, I know it's Studio Calico, but I don't know when. I just saved it, and then I found it, going forward. I'm like, oh, another gold tag, same size, let's use it. So that's this. And then I wrapped presents for like 4 or 5 hours this day. So I took a photo, kind of staged it a little bit, and then used another one of the overlays, and I just left out December down at the bottom because it didn't show up with the wrapping paper there. And then to tie these 2 pages together, I actually got an actual piece of that wrapping paper that's in the next photo. The 13th is all about our Christmas card, and this template is in the 6x8 templates that is available in Allie's digital shop. And what's under here is some of her handwriting, like 'tis the season and stuff like that, other holiday sentiments, but I wanted to use some of these bigger letters. So I cut out this piece of paper that is from the Studio Calico holiday collection and put it over that. And really, so what I was using it for was the story, stuff I don't want to forget. So, and if you notice, I don't know if you can tell, the paper I used here is ivory in color, and I chose ivory because that is the base of our Christmas card. And I thought if I put white over here, it would be too stark of a difference. This is the only time that I do that in this album. And here's the back. Maggie is one of my favorite pictures of her, and it just makes me laugh, so I wanted to spread that holiday cheer to everybody. Okay, so the 14th is here. This is starting of the 14th. That's me and my dad. And I went over to my parents' house to celebrate my birthday, which is actually around Thanksgiving, but because of the exam, I didn't have time to celebrate it with them. So that is what this is talking about. And there's my family, my sister, my mom, my niece. And then here's another example of how I customized that digital overlay. Oh, wait, no. I'm not sure if this is customized or if this is how it came. But anyway, you can customize them. And I think I definitely didn't want one across the top like this because it would have cut our heads off. So down the side worked just fine for me. And then there's some other photos. So nothing terribly creative here, just fill in the pockets. Here's a celebration with my work peeps that I'm not going to show their photo out of their privacy. And then moving on to the 16th is another see-through pocket. I love them. I'm a sucker for them. And I think I'm going to do more of that in Project Life this coming year. This is a party that we went to, kind of talking about that. And these are emoji stickers from a Studio Calico kit that I totally love. And I don't have that many left, but they're hilarious. You guys, they're so funny. I don't know if you've seen these before, but I love them. And I will use them until they're gone. All right, so on the 17th, I documented our trip to the Dickens Christmas Fair, which happens in the Bay Area. And so here is like an actor playing Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. And yeah, all that nerdy stuff. I don't have a costume and I don't dress up, but if I did, I would. Here's some more documentation about that. Another one of those little tabs to capture everything. And happy Christmas. Okay, here's day 18. Often when we go to San Francisco, we prefer staying at the Palace Hotel, and just from these photos alone, you can see why it is gorgeous. And it's often cheaper than some of the other ones. So I'm like, it's beautiful and it's cheaper. Yeah, I'll do that. So this is the lobby garden court area. This is the bar that has a famous Maxfield Parrish painting in it. And then I put the story in here because honestly, these photos, I had to include them all because they're great. And I needed to put the journaling somewhere. So I had this pocket, put the story in here. So a little interactivity, which is cool. And then again, here are these plastic numbers from Studio Calico. So, and here's another happy accident. So I wanted to staple them, but my tiny attacher wouldn't fit all the way inside here to staple the number 1. So I had to use some adhesive. But then you can see the adhesive through the number. So I'm like, I better put something on top. So I grabbed one of the Mary Mary, or one of those perforated word things, and a heart, and I covered it up, and it looks great. So there you go. Oh, and then I put one of these chipboard pieces here. There were 2 people standing there ruining my picture, and so I covered them up. And you can see the reflection here if you look really closely. But honestly, most people who go through this who aren't scrapbookers or photographers won't even notice that. So I'm like, okay. Even my sister, who is a scrapbooker, didn't notice. Here's another picture of Maggie. She's famous. I love her. She's such a special cat. And then I just put the date here. I mean, this is a story kind of about ornaments and the tree. And so this is all 19. I only put the date on this one thing. And these white stickers are part of the digital or December daily release this year also. So this is part of getting old, and it sucks. But when I took the photos of these ornaments, I was like, oh, this is going to be great and whatever. And there was kind of low light, and I didn't have my readers on, so I didn't realize that they were blurry until I got them on my computer after the tree was down and noticed that they were blurry. So I made it black and white, and it's really not about the quality of the photos. It's about the memory and the story. So I was going to use them anyway, and I'm glad that I did. It documented a story that I wanted to tell. They don't all have to be like amazing photos. It's not about that, guys. It's about, what do you want to remember? What stories are important to you that you want to remember? Because part of getting older is forgetting stuff, which I do too. Okay, so this, again, I was doing tons of work at this particular point in the month. So one of the things that I love about this time of year is that because of the change in time and everything, I get to see the sunrise on my way to work, which I often have to be at work either at 6 or 7 in the morning. And so I get to take these wonderful pictures, and this is it. This is day 20. No words, just a picture. And that's all right. You don't have to have words every day. Another simple day. This is a transparency that was part of the December daily kit. Here's one of those rubber words and the felt hearts. So there is a heart on the back of the love, but this little teeny tiny heart, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And I know other people have done it. And so I tried it and I liked it. And then this rubber word, I just added on top of joy. So, and then I think, yeah, you see joy over there. More of those stickers from the sticker sheets, and then a wood circle, a cut out, or punched out, sorry, a 1 3/8 inch circle, and then put the cork number on top of that. This picture is cute and hilarious and magic, and I know it looks like I'm strangling them, but I'm not. They're just both sitting on my lap, and it's so peaceful, and it's not always peaceful around here. So I wanted to document the magic of the tan animals. And so that was day 22. Another different size thing with one of the stars from the star chipboard thing, and then a tag to hold the story for the next day. No, this is all, oh, sorry, this is all 22. 22 over here and 22. And so I added it, I don't know why. It worked out better this way, I think. Anyway, this is one of the 6x8 templates that is available in Allie's shop. And so this is kind of taking the place of the other 2x2 page protector. So I did all this digitally, and this comes with the file, and then it's all of these. There's these 2 areas for journaling, and all the rest are just open for you to add photos. So I sort of had photos from around the house and how we were decorating and things that were different from last year to this year. And then for the December, I don't know if you can tell, I put that on some pop dots to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. And I didn't have all the photos, but that's okay. I just filled them in with those squares. And then talked about it over there. We're getting into the end here. Is Christmas Eve. Another digital overlay. So 24, and then you'll see at the bottom, I don't know if you can tell, it's very faint. It's a line and then a very thin December down there. And then this Oh Holy Night transparency. And then I wanted this to be for Christmas Day, so I just documented some holiday traditions that we brought to our family individually, and that we share together as a new family, new-ish family. And then Christmas. So I had a lot of stories for Christmas, as I'm sure many people do, and here is that transparency there. Another picture of Maggie. And then here is a pocket page that was included in the December daily release. Again, the Week in the Life words. And then this element, this transparent element, is from the Studio Calico December, or the holiday release. This, I liked it because it was subtle, and it enabled you to see the words, or sorry, the letters just fine. And then I'm going to be honest, I totally scrap lifted this from Allie's own album. She didn't do it on Christmas though. I think she did it on another day. So she had journaling, and then she had 2 other photos, and then she had these Avery tabs on the top. So I put my journaling here, and this I created digitally. Obviously, I grabbed this word art from another file. It didn't come like this. I just grabbed this from another element that she put together, and you can drag them in between different files on Photoshop. So I dragged it over here, and they changed the color to match one of the other reds in her collection. So there's that. There's Tracy with some of her stuff. I saved her Christmas list in her handwriting, and then there's her dad. So then I put all these into the pocket, and I will do that later. And then turn over the page. And I wanted to do this for the menu idea because menus tend to be long and skinny. I I didn't know if I was going to use a 3x8 page protector for that or do something else. But then, I saw that Allie did this. I thought it was a great idea. So, as she always has great ideas, I used one of the chipboard pieces. I cut off half of the backing so that it wouldn't stick everywhere. And then I covered the back of the photo with some pattern paper, attached it with some washi tape, printed out the menu, and then snapped that in there. And you can see the star pattern from the actual pocket coming through, which is nice. I like that pattern anyway. So you have stars, stars, stars everywhere. Here's our Christmas bunch. And then I do all the way until New Year's Eve. So this is, it's the day after Christmas, you're still kind of chilling and stuff. So this is me playing with my new virtual reality kit. Yes, I am a total nerd. And then this day, it is a funny story. Our friends and I were sitting around talking like, you remember all the shelled nuts that our grandparents had or whatever? And at Christmas time, and whatever happened to those, and why don't we do that anymore? So we're bringing it back. And I talk about that here. This is one of a hostess gift that we gave them. And then here's a photo of our nuts. So it's just these little Christmas stories. I would honestly probably forget this by like March or something. But because I wrote it down, it's going to be remembered. And then this 27, again, has the chipboard back. So I gold embossed it and then stapled it to this transparent page that came in the kit. To cover the back of this circle, I have this joy to go over here. This is my dad's birthday, and he wanted an apple pie, so I documented that. This transparency comes with the kit, and this wood piece came with the Studio Calico holiday release. Excuse me. And then another cork piece. I think this is the biggest one, and that fit well here. And then just a story about something that's in our kind of neighborhood, which I drive by every day, and it's funny, and so I put decorating the tree on that, even though I didn't decorate it. Somebody did, obviously. And, these little pieces of magic pop up all the time in December, and I really like capturing other people's magic as well as my own. And I make it my own, so I enjoy it. 30, again, with these numbers. So love them. I hope they make more, but I think I have like 4, 5, and 6 left or something like that. So Holly Jolly, another cork piece. And these are lightsaber chopsticks. Nerd alert. All right. This is Tracy's best friend, and she came down to spend New Year's Eve with us, so she brought her Christmas with her, and then I was talking about that. And then New Year's at home. No place like home for the holidays, because that's basically what we did. And then 10 December loves. It's kind of a brief love/gratitude list. And then I took this word art from the 2017 New Year's file that Allie did, and I put it right on top of all of the appetizers that Tracy had made. Embrace the season. And this is going on just you can sort of see it, a thin page protector thing that I cut apart and just used it to suspend that kind of in the middle here. And then talked about what we did. And then I usually like to end my December daily albums talking about the new year. And here we go. So, but I also loved this chipboard piece. And it says, "Blessed is the season which engages the whole world in a conspiracy of love." Oops, sorry, I'm moving because I'm trying to read also. And then, "And now welcome the new year, full of things that have never been." And so, that is my album. If you've made it this far, awesome, thank you. I hope that if you haven't completed your albums, this has given you some ideas, and that it's okay to be done, not in December. Like, let's be honest, we're all super busy, and life is what it is, and shit happens. I don't know. It's like, yeah. So mine's done. Good luck on yours if you haven't done it yet. And then, I don't think I showed you the spine. Did I? I'll just show you. to end it. Here we go. There it is. So I will next move on to working on my December Project Life pages, since I still have all the Christmas stuff out, and get that done, and then be able to finally put Christmas totally away. So here's all my stuff organized, sort of. Ribbon, stuff I use. So I will be filming those process videos and putting those up as soon as I can get to it. All right, so thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Take care.